Welcome to the Western Winter Wheat Initiative's 2016 Spring Winter Wheat Webinar. We're going to hear from Akriti Sharma, Technical Specialist for Winter Wheat for the Canadian International Grains Institute. And she'll be speaking on Cigi's role in promoting Canada Western Red Winter Wheat.
Thanks, Carly, for that introduction, and thank you everyone out there for tuning into this webinar presentation today. My name is Akriti Sharma. I'm the Winter Wheat Technical Specialist with Cigi, which stands for Canadian International Grains Institute. And today we will discuss the winter wheat position and Cigi's role in promoting Canada Western Red Winter class. In today's presentation, I'll talk a little bit about my experience and the role. We'll look at how Cigi promotes this class and what it offers winter wheat growers or partners in the value chain. And then we will discuss the quality profile of red winter and the types of products it's well suited for. We will also discuss where quality improvements can be made to the class and how supply challenges are currently affecting its marketability. Lastly, we will discuss the strategy plan for Canada Red Winter and what the next steps we need to take as an industry to ensure that the class has momentum going forward to better capture export opportunities. So I put this slide up because I wanted to introduce myself. I am a graduate from the University of Manitoba with a first undergraduate degree in biology and a second BSc in agriculture and food science. At the present, I am pursuing a supply chain management and logistics diploma in Winnipeg, and that's through the SCMA, which is Supply Chain Management Association. The program's aim is really to provide an in-depth understanding into how successful supply chains operate from start to finish, and certainly this is applicable to the agriculture supply chain. So to further support my current role, I have work experience in analytical cereal science, working as a research technician for Agriculture Canada, and there I analyze the quality and storageability of wheat and oil seeds. I've also held positions with Cargill's various business platforms as part of my industry experience. I'm very excited to be working in this role. It's not every day that you get to pursue your passion for sustainable agriculture, and what a great way to do so working with winter wheat. So the winter wheat position at Cigi allows me to be an active link between producers, industry members, and customers overseas, and also here at home, promoting CWRW quality. My position is responsible for providing market development and targeted technical support by demonstrating quality profile and product fit to markets that we deem fit for winter wheat use. This next slide is up for those of you that are not familiar with Cigi and its role in promoting winter wheat and working with the value chain. Cigi is a not-for-profit organization established in 1972 based in Winnipeg. We work with the grain and field crop value chain throughout Canada and internationally to drive the development and utilization of Canadian grain and field crops. Cigi is funded by farmers, the Government of Canada, AAFC, and also industry partners as well. Cigi's mission is to increase utilization opportunities for Canadian grain and field crops by offering superior knowledge and technical expertise. It offers industry leadership and collaboration by working with crop development and seed companies, farmers, exporters, and the Canadian Grain Commission and Cereals Canada. It also provides innovative processing solutions to industry members at the commercial scale level, and that is through our in-house facilities like the pilot flour mill, the pilot bakery, and these are just to name a few. And lastly, it helps customers optimize the value and performance of Canadian wheat by offering customized, targeted training sessions. In the next few slides, let's now look at the quality attributes of Canada Western Red Winter and the types of end products that Red Winter is best suitable for. In terms of the quality profile, you can see on the hardness scale presented on this slide here that Red Winter is a medium protein milling wheat in comparison, let's say, to Durham, which is our CWAD quad, or even the Red Spring, the CWRS, which are all classified being as hard milling wheats associated to higher protein contents. The class demonstrates medium gluten strength with hard kernel characteristics. The hardness or texture of the wheat kernel can have a significant impact on milling properties of the wheat. Starch damage levels, the water absorption, and ultimately these methods will all sort of have an impact on the final end product as well. As we see here on the next slide, when milling properties for Canada Red Winter and US Hard Red Winter were compared for milling properties, our Red Winter definitely did better. This means that millers were able to extract more flour during extraction, and you can see that as the extraction rate increases, which is expressed in percentage here on the x-axis. We also get lower ash values, which is expressed also in percentages on the y-axis. So with higher levels of extraction, we're getting lower levels of ash in the flour. And the Red Winter is denoted by the blue line, and the US Hard Red Winter sample is denoted by the pink line against the gray background here. So what does this all mean? Well, low ash means that we're going to end up with a flour that's really bright and white in appearance. So not only do we get a higher milling yield, but we also get a brighter flour from Red Winter. These inherent quality advantages are very important for certain end products, and let's take a look at some of these now. So Canada Red Winter, as you probably know, is very well suited for the production of hearth breads, various type of flatbreads, baguettes, pizzas, crackers, and even steam buns and Asian noodle products, which we will discuss in the next slide. Currently, most of the Red Winter being sold for food use, and in particularly baked products like the ones I just mentioned, it's actually sold as a blend with Canada Western Red Spring, CWRS. This is because it makes excellent pan bread in a blend, providing good fermentation and mixing tolerance to the formulation. Most importantly, it competes very well with the US Hard Red Winter at equivalent protein. And this is also further supported by recent comparison studies that we've done in-house to the US Hard Red Winter samples that Canada Red Winter just outperforms it in terms of its milling and baking properties. As I alluded earlier, Red Winter is suitable for use in steam buns and Asian noodle products. Its net quality attributes include good flour color, good color stability. Color stability just means that the flour retains this brightness potential well after processing over a period of time. This unique quality advantage produces steam buns, as you can see here, having smooth, bright white surfaces with symmetrical shapes and very balanced dough properties. This naturally occurring bright flour with low ash and doesn't need to be bleached could be very important in higher end markets in Asia, where winter wheat has the potential to be marketed at a premium price. We have supplied to these markets in the past, but due to the inconsistent supply, these markets unfortunately have not been fully capitalized. So this is something that I am working on as part of the market development or the work plan strategy for the class, and also something we will discuss briefly a little later on in the presentation. Canada Red Winter has its niche, and it is very much appreciated for these inherent quality attributes we've been discussing, but it could be better. There's a few areas, especially in terms of its water absorption and protein content. The water absorption, which we see is slightly lower for Red Winter, say in comparison to the US Hard Red Winter or even Canada Red Spring. This parameter is important from a baking standpoint. Bakers love to sell bread with more water in it versus flour. So this speaks to their profitability in a commercial sense. Secondly, the protein content. Typical protein levels for winter wheat we're seeing are around that 10.5 to 11.5 range. Red Winter does have a minimum protein requirement of 11% to be eligible for grades 1 and 2, but there is no minimum value for grade 3. And you may be aware there are current breeding efforts being made through AAFC out of Lethbridge, focusing on these two parameters of interest through varietal development as well. So some of the marketing obstacles that Canada Red Winter is currently facing in establishing a consistent volume of supply, definitely the option for producers to deliver it into feed markets for equivalent, if not greater prices, are very lucrative. Being that it is a smaller class, if it is hit, say, with environmental degrading factors like fusarium, it'll wipe out the entire supply. So if the same amount was consistently available on an annual basis, this would help us a lot in terms of its marketability. And this brings us to our next topic, which is the market strategy for the class. So how do we ensure that we're recognizing and maximizing opportunities which will help the class gain that competitive strength? Well, first of all, we need to look at the markets that are currently using wheat that's not Canadian. And that's not just winter wheat, but that's also all of the classes as well. We need to understand the quality requirements of these markets and then see if Red Winter fits the quality profile. And then we need to further consider if there is actually profit in entering these markets for our producers here at home. So as part of that market analysis, which will ultimately steer the strategy plan that I'm working on, we want to look at things like end-use trends, key success factors, distribution channel availability, current and future market sizes, like does it make sense to go into a potential market now, or does it make sense to go into it 2 years from now? So these are sort of the key components of the strategy plan we'll want to keep in mind as we're sort of moving and driving this strategy work plan forward. Moving forward, what can we all do to ensure as an industry that Red Winter has a greater chance of being used in these potential markets? As shared in the presentation today, from a quality standpoint, Canada Red Winter already competes. It competes very well with the US Hard Red Winter at equivalent protein. But in order for potential customers to become repeat customers, we need to supply it consistently. And even if that is at a lower volume initially. So to sort of summarize here, Red Winter is a good story, but we really need to make it a great story. And with Ziggy behind the scenes, carrying out promotional activities, doing webinars such as this one today, or even in-house presentation to potential markets, and helped with that strategy planning as well, it is my job to ensure that potential customers continue to see these inherent quality advantages of using CWRW in their formulations. I hope you found the presentation interesting today. Thank you for checking this video out and tuning in. If you have any questions, comments, or feedbacks on this presentation, please do not hesitate to get in touch with me at the email address that's detailed on this slide here. And once again, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much, Akriti. I just wanted to say the Western Winter Wheat Initiative really is thankful for the support from the Canadian International Grains Institute. They are supporting Western Canadian growers and the winter wheat industry very well, and we look forward to working with them moving forward in the future to secure winter wheat growers growing more of the crop. So thank you so much again, Akriti. Just so everyone knows, we do have a Twitter account, so please follow @GrowWinterWheat on Twitter using #WinterWheat for all your winter wheat information or news. We also have growwinterwheat.ca, which is the Western Winter Wheat Initiative's website. It is a great resource for growers, industry, agronomists, anyone looking for more information. So please visit growwinterwheat.ca. The Western Winter Wheat Initiative is a partnership with Bayer, Duxon Limited Canada, the Mosaic Company, and Richardson International Limited. Thank you for joining us today.